second
It's
key.
too far away.
But yeah, the Tomb of Forgotten Horrors. I'm afraid I have a very unfair advantage when it comes to this, because I don't actually own a copy of the module, but I think I have a file of a 3.5 edition version of the Tomb, which was being given away free at some point, I think. Do I have an Iron Rock key? No. But yeah, I have that, and I also have the Tomb of Forgotten Horrors book for 4th edition. And yes, I know 4th edition is very maligned, and it's called not Dungeons & Dragons, but, well, it got combat right. Made combat a lot faster. Made combat pretty fast. But, well, I suppose the really neat thing, the book, there's a lot of interesting ideas there. And if you could just figure out some way to convert it into whatever system you want, it'd probably be a really interesting adventure. Well, I mean for Dungeons & Dragons, at least. Because I don't think... Huh. Because it probably doesn't matter how well you try and convert it. It's probably not going to fit into something like superheroes. Or a sci-fi adventure. Okay, looks like we're coming up on... Looks like we're coming up on a lot of things. Yeah, Melicion and Trana. And hey, we've got the ability to pick locks. And just gonna move that to there. Opening of locked chests and doors that require a skill level of up to 120. Interesting. Okay. Well, let's try and take them out. Actually, let's see if we can sneak up on them. Oh, no, I guess not. You come seeking it to have happy to. Okay. Oh, no pockets to pick. Oh, and he's caught me. Apparently. You may have saved Azuregos, Goblin, but your life ends here. I don't think so, little worm. And so it is done. Okay.
There is no time to waste.
You truly amaze me, mortal. It's rare to meet someone so dedicated and resourceful. Azuregos and Arya are likely to depart as Shar and remain discreet for a while. I do hope that we meet again someday, though. Perhaps to put an end to Deathwing himself. Farewell, Lystis, and stay safe.
The fate of the world hangs in the balance.
Well... Yeah, oh, that's, irrelevant considering all the expansions since Cataclysm. And there goes someone I know. I guess. Okay, we still need to kill the Sable Drakes. We still need to rescue another laborer. Okay, there's a Sable Drake over there. Can I use the... Yep. And yeah, that's what I thought. Oh hey, here's an idea. A shadow step over there. Nope, didn't drop a key though. Oh, I'm curious. Did this go... that's gone gray, so... abandon that. Where are the Sable Drakes? Over there, maybe? Okay.
I don't have a target.
But yeah, I was I was doing the Greyhawk modules because I was trying to get a rogue up to the point where I could do Tomb of Horrors. Because the first Tomb of Horrors module I found on the vault was for, well, it was I think it was meant as a Greyhawk module, but considering the Tomb of Horrors is modular and it can fit into pretty much any setting, I figured I'd do the combined B2, B3 module campaign. Takes the character up to about the point where they can go into Tomb of Horrors. So I was trying to get a rogue up to that point. And, well, it was not working. I don't know, maybe I need to, instead of trying that combined B2, B3 module, I should download the B2 and B3 separate modules and run B2 first and then try B3. Although, granted, I'd like to finish my current character and then try running him through Tomb of Horrors for Forgotten Realms. Okay, where more sable drakes are? How I speak. Okay, there's one. Oops. Okay, yeah. Gotta remember how to turn the camera without moving, which is apparently a right click instead of middle mouse click. Okay, let's climb these hills and get a better view. And this hill does not want to be wow, full moon. Interesting. I've never really paid that much attention to the sky in this game. I mean, I've looked at the sky in Outland a lot of times when I was playing there, but that's, let's see, Alt Z and print screen. Actually, let's can I get into first person? Yeah, let's get another screen cap of that. I don't know, I'd consider using that as the screenshot if I could, but that is remarkable. Does it show? No, it does not show full moon in this. I'm gonna have to look outside tonight to see if it really is a full moon tonight. Oh well, let's turn in these other quests.
Quickly, quickly!
What? So you didn't bring any pieces of the Drake pieces back? Disappointing. I knew I should have made you sign a contract before I sent you out.
Move it!
And then, let's see what's left.
You looking at me?
Thanks there, pal. Here's your commission. If you'll excuse me, I've gotta get these slackers back to work.
Do not get on Gallywix's bad side.
Okay, looks like... Hey, Azuregos. Yay, we can talk to him. Thank you, little one. Sometimes it's easy to get lost in the throes of love and lose sight of things, even as a dragon. I plan to rededicate myself entirely to making sure Kalecg never steps up to take Malygos' place. It's the most noble cause I can think of. You should head back to the harbor. I believe someone's waiting for you there. Try not to get squashed or eaten by anything. Speak to Serrata Firespirit in Bilgewater Harbor, and we'll get a faded wizard hat toy. Huh. Fantastic. Hey. Okay, what's in these towers? Nothing. Wow. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. Why would they waste space? Well, I suppose I could talk about this. One of the game stores I frequent has a whole bunch of books on the World of Warcraft role-playing game. What do you mean I haven't reached that flight
On your
location on
way.
foot? Well, that's annoying. Guess it means I'm gonna have to walk there. But yeah, World of Warcraft, the role-playing game. It's published by Blizzard. I think it was designed by Swords and Sorcery. They're a group that makes a whole bunch of open gaming they've made a whole bunch of open gaming license books. And basically the open gaming license was what Wizards of the Coast came up with to try and promote sales of 3rd and 3.5 editions. Basically the idea being that anyone could publish just about anything and use the Dungeons and Dragons rule set as the base for it, as long as they put the open gaming license in. I don't know exactly how it works, and I probably got a whole bunch of the details there wrong, but anyway, they partnered up with Blizzard, and the first thing they made was they made a World of Warcraft role-playing game, or rather a Warcraft role-playing game, and as in the real-time strategy game that was. As in Warcraft 3, pretty much. And they put out a whole bunch of supplement books to go with that. And then then World of Warcraft was released, and then Swords and Sorcery put out a World of Warcraft role-playing game. Which I actually have a copy of the core rulebook for that. And I've got a full set of the core rulebooks for 3.5 edition. So I could run a World of Warcraft role-playing game campaign. But I suppose what's neat thing is one of the local gaming stores I frequent got in some. They do a trade in. The owner occasionally puts out used role-playing game materials in his library that he sells. But yeah, he's put out some additional supplements for the World of Warcraft role-playing game. And actually, going on that, I pulled the name Lystis from the World of Warcraft role-playing game books. It's one of the suggested names for a female goblin. So, sadly, I am not original, clearly, at all. But yeah, he got in some more supplement books, because, well, all you really need to run the game is the core rulebook and the Dungeons and Dragons core rulebooks. It's pretty bare bones at that point. It gives you what you need to create for the players to roll up characters in World of Warcraft, but it doesn't really give you any of the World of Warcraft monsters. So you could kind of get away with it by using, generic monsters, undead, like zombies and skeletons, and I don't know, animals. But none of the special stuff is in the core rulebook for World of Warcraft. So there's you've got no Murlocs, you've got no Arakoa, you've got no... What else is unique? You don't have Furbolgs in the core rulebook. You don't have giants as they are in game. You could pull the giants from the monster manual, but they would not be exactly right. But yeah, this guy, he's got in both the Alliance and the Horde players' handbooks, but also the Monster Compendium for World of Warcraft. And most strange of all, none of those books actually have Murlocs as monsters.
We will persevere.
Hey there, again. Look, I gave you my hat. It was a gift. I thought you'd make some use of it. More specifically, though, I thought you'd get it the heck away from me. Can you imagine my surprise when Xylem comes by himself to give it back to me? Want to be more like my other apprentices, Sorata? Give your hat another try. Not one of my proudest moments. So what? You just toss it aside for him to find? No, I don't think so. You're going to take this hat and you're going to like it. Really. And yeah, that'll give us Faded Wizard Hat.
Keep your wits about you.
Okay. Well, it looks like we've done everything. Well, no, we haven't done everything at Ashar, but you know what? I'm going back to Orgrimmar. That way I can get flight or mount training rather.
Be safe.
And maybe I can move on to the next area. I mean, I do have enough time in this recording session. I could at least make a start on it. And once again, I hit I thinking it would be... Yep, visit Toy Box to view your toy collection. Right click to favorite a toy. Favorite toys are pinned to the first page. Faded Wizard Hat. Anvil Seed Pouch. Interesting stuff here. I wonder if my paper planes on my main rogue, or what was my main rogue, would count as a toy. Oh. Yeah, paper flying machine kit. What? Or is it it? That might be it. I'm gonna have to play him at some point, I guess, and see if I can add that to my collection. But anyway, yeah, let's... Wanna see that? No, that's okay. Might as well wear it so that it's added to the collection. Wear that, add it to the collection.